Hey guys, this is Manshark Sub LPs. I'm Sub, this is Crusader Kings II, and this is Millennia in the Making, episode 210. We're currently playing as Kaiser Ecbert of the Holy Roman Empire, and he is the son of the late Kaiser Baldwin the Good, who himself was the grandson of Kaiser Almeric the Kind, and so on and so forth, all the way back to Duke Otto of Saxony. We're at war. We're basically not really fighting for this place. It looks like the Permians are sending an army around. That's good. I will deal with that. 17th of January, 16th of February. We'll wait for them to get around because we have much better supply over here. Yeah. Alright. Let's continue. We're going to weather New Year's lag in a moment. See if that works. Yep, beautiful. Excellent. And after this, we need to go on a pilgrimage. We need to have a tournament, all that sort of good fun stuff. Because, well, the nobles are getting a little rambunctious. Only 2.9% in independence, which is kind of neat. But 12% in the one for my. I actually wouldn't mind it if this particular faction fired, because this guy is exceptional. But he needs better sons. Or a better son. A genius son, if you will. And more than one. Okay, so these guys are going to head down to Kazan and then presumably go on to... yeah, Kuznets and then into Hlenov. This is fine. We have a peasant revolt in Lyon, which I believe is in Spain. No, it's in France. Right up there. How irritating. We'll send the Oberbayern military over to deal with it. Right. They're actually moving out already. Must have seen us coming from over half a continent away. Yep, then they're moving up to Hlenov. My supply down there isn't too bad, but it'll take me forever to get there. It'll still take me forever to get to anywhere, but, you know. What I'm going to do, let them move into Hlenov, let them start their move into Veliki Ustag, because I believe that my move from Hlenov to Veliki Ustag while crossing a river, which honestly we're going to be crossing a river anyway, unless we come from Chud. I believe that movement will be a lot quicker. So yeah, they'll move out on the 16th, I'll get in there on the 20th of April, so an entire month later. But it's going to take them more than a month to take that down. You didn't bring enough men. I caught Prince Matthias torturing a rat behind the stables today. We wouldn't like him not to be cruel, so we could give him the cruel trait. We could birch him. That's a 60% chance of no effect, 40% chance of losing the cruel trait. The usual 50-40-10 split, and that involves kind, or we could pray. So we've given him the kind trait. Good, because he already had Craven, so cruel and Craven, not the greatest combination. Getting some shipbuilding increasing around the place. I think we might have just got an attack increase over here. Maybe? I don't know. And I'd like to... no, 7th of May is when we can rearrange our Marshal, because we put him down wrong. So we'll just have to wait for that. We have a daughter named Helviva. Heilweaver. That's not actually my daughter. She's now my half-sister. That's the daughter of, it's saying that the previous Kaisers are of Francia for some reason, whereas it should be the HRE because it is our primary title. But, you know, whatever. Yep, so it's only going to take us 15 days to get up there. That's not enough time for him to move anywhere. And this should be the final battle of the war. Clergy want more tithes. Not having it. So yeah, 75% battle. That's a win. Done. And now we could usurp the entire kingdom of Perm if we so wished. God damn, really? I don't want the entire kingdom of Perm. I just don't want it, you know? Come on, guys. No, I'm not doing it. It's not my thing. And these guys can head on back over to their winter residences. Can we rearrange this guy yet? We totally can. Let's just check that tech is increasing. Yep. Now it should be increasing faster. I'm not going to waste military tech on shipbuilding. Like, seriously. Oh yes, but this is right. Now that all we have to do is these guys up here. What the fuck are you guys doing there? Seriously, that was the quickest route to the coast? Okay. These guys are getting beat around by someone. So there's the potential for me not having to get involved here, I guess. Maybe? We'll see. Yeah, they're getting smashed by someone. And they've just walked right into us, so we win. You lose. Right, first things first. Pilgrimage. And the army should go back to Oberbayern. Thank you. We're going to totally go to Jerusalem. I believe it's just the best one. Yep, off we go. Yep, my son has been appointed my regent. Wouldn't have it any other way. Excuse me. Yeah, so we have 63-ish years before we're done. So we will probably die at that point. Okay, so I don't particularly want the cynical trait. You know what, it's not going to hurt us, so the rain has been pouring down for days. It's almost impossible to travel the roads. Why does the Lord punish his faithful pilgrims so? Blessed is he who perseveres under trial. +5 piety, 10% chance of gaining mnemonic, which is literally a death sentence. Or 30% chance of ill, and 60% chance of no effect. Or this is absurd, I should have stayed at home, which would gain us the cynical trait, +2 intrigue, and some piety issues. What is it, a 5% chance of mnemonic and a 15% chance of ill. Blessed is he who perseveres under trial. We didn't get anything happening to us. We're good. Journey is long and hard, your feet are sore, and your back as well. Far from the castle kitchens, the food is barely edible, and on top of that, you seem to feel the cold all the time. Perhaps you're not quite cut out for this pilgrimage thing. At a 40% chance of gaining the ill trait and 10 piety, or 20% chance of ill, 50% chance of cynical. We did not get the ill trait, so good on us. Riders approach. Thundering hooves head down the road. Yeah, basically some holy knights rocked up. 20% chance of getting the paranoid trait or 20 piety. 20 piety. It wouldn't tell us what the paranoid trait does. By the way, we've reached Jerusalem. The paranoid trait is basically, I believe it's -2/+2 for diplomacy and intrigue, respectively. We've gained the zealous trait. The saint, this holy ground, how it all moves my soul. I realize now that all my life up to this point has only been a preparation for this journey. How wondrous for the light of the Lord, etc., etc., etc. So this actually also fulfills our martial ambition. So now we can pick the ambition to have a daughter. Despite that probably not really going too well for us because we also have the celibacy modifier there. Okay, pilgrimage is done. So let's hold a grand tournament. Yep. And we just have to hope that no losers declare war on us in the meantime. Yeah, I would totally love to just take Venice. Give up, like, Chur or something for Venice. That would be insanely cool. Venice doesn't need any additional buildings. It's fine. It's very built up. It's got a massive amount of tax and all that sort of stuff. It is Italian and ruled by an Italian, so that is an issue. But not too big a one. Speaking of which... No, Paris is still Frankish. We are getting a bit of change up happening, but yeah, it's not much. Culture changes very slowly. Stables were built in Glurns. Yeah, we might get rid of Chur and take Kempton back. I don't know. I kind of like Kempton because it's done, it's sorted. I mean, we'll get them all back at some point anyway, but you know. Tournament has begun. Don't bother me with the details of these losers dying. Apparently this guy has acted dishonorably towards me, but I don't know how. Don't care. One day, passing by a monastery, you come upon a monk sitting and painting in a field. You observe his work and marvel at the composition, the colours, and the fine brush strokes that bring the simple canvas to life. This monk is truly an artistic prodigy. I will buy this painting and exhibit it at my castle, -10 gold, plus 30 prestige, or, very nice, now let's eat. Buy the painting. I mean, it's only 30 prestige, but, you know, it's not quite the point, is it? The point is that we are so fucking rich. Like, stupid rich. This guy won. He must have lucked out because he's got a pretty shit thing. This guy came second. Yeah, he was a bit drunk on the day apparently. And this guy came third. Well done, guys. And the tournament's over. Great. How are people looking? Okay, so we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people who... Well, 6 that don't like us and 1 person who is completely neutral. So that's given us a bit more money from their stuff. I believe that number just decreased. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, no, still there. Good. Alright, so we'll just wait for the correct time to go on a hunt, and then we'll go on a feast. Because we don't have the brave trait, we could get that. It'd be nice. I'd also like to get rid of this shy modifier. I mean, we're shy and we still have a diplomacy of 23, so we're still pretty fucking exceptional. But it would be nice to get rid of it. Gavel-kind succession is at 8.2%. Wow, I haven't seen that one around for a while. That's run by my son here, Egbert. I'm just going to give him some money to put his opinion up to 100, and maybe he'll shut up and go away, because the other ones won't want that. They're only in it to troll me. And independence is at 5.7. That's fine. I am now known as the Confessor. Okay. I wonder why. So I'm gonna look this up. Where are you, Google? Give me the CK2 wiki. Let's just keep a timer going while we're at it. CK2 wiki, thank you. I want to know about titles. That's going to be kind of difficult to search up. Ah! My son Prince Matthias is turning into an arrogant little braggart. So that's the proud trait. I don't really care. Proud is fine. Proud is easier to get. And people who are proud are like other people who are proud, I think. Nope, it's humble. Humble is the better of the two because there's an opinion bonus thingy in there. Okay, let's see. Nicknames, that's actually what they are. This information may be, well, not out of date, because it may be more up to date than I am. Gunzel didn't want to share his toys. Bad Gunzel. No, he's charitable. Good lad. Alright. The Confessor, when I find it in this huge ass list. Okay. That's weird. It's a piety nickname, of course. There are certain requirements. Let's see. You need to be at least 20, you need to have a piety of at least 1,000, and there's chance increases. Oh right, it's just a ticking chance of that happening. And that chance increases at 2,000, 4,000, and 6,000 piety. Not bad. Interesting. Some of these aren't going to be relevant because they had to do with the focuses, which I believe is a Charmaine thing. There's a lot of titles you can get. Alright, well, back to it. Yeah, so, looks like our military tech's actually all of our tech should be increasing a lot more because this guy's learning is actually pretty decent. But still not decent enough to, even begin to tap out some of these. I mean, holy shit. Duke of Galatia wants to see the Duchy of Rashka granted to a new ruler. The hell is Rashka? This guy, and he holds Venice and Rashka. That's fine. Let him do that. Rashka is this one in here, right? Yeah, not too concerned about that. Britannia just passed limited crown authority. It must have flatlined at some point. A lot of minor factions, 7.9 in independence. Cavalcline succession is still sticking around, but my son left it, now it's just run by the Hansa. We've got our guy in Zaragoza trying to boost him up. Right, so while we're sitting around doing nothing, I went out for dinner last night to a place in Parramatta, which if you're, not local to Sydney, you probably don't, well, not local to Australia, you're probably not aware of. It's a suburb in Sydney's west. Nice place, it's about an hour away from me, so, bit of a drive, but I didn't drive, one of my mates did. And the reason why we went there is, well, I'm gluten intolerant, as I may have mentioned before. I have celiac disease. And this place is a gluten-free restaurant. They've got a menu with 2 price columns. One price for, regular, one price for gluten-free. It's only a few dollars difference, which is kind of typical, to be honest. But it's also an Italian restaurant, which is a little unusual because if you're not aware, pasta and pizza, which are kind of mainstay Italian foods, are made pretty much entirely from wheat, and wheat has a lot of gluten in it, so not great. But siege equipment and oh yeah, okay, that's fair enough. Alright, but yes, so they've got gluten-free pastas, they've got gluten-free pizza bases, and almost everything that they have, they can do in a gluten-free version. I think the only ones that they can't are some sort of chicken schnitzel and stuff like that, which you can do gluten-free because you just use rice crumbs or rice breadcrumbs instead of normal breadcrumbs. But, I don't fault a place for saying, oh, well, we won't do this particular one. Maybe because it's a bit, complicated and all that sort of stuff, but whatever. I wasn't in the mood for chicken schnitzel anyway. I've been there before, right? And the last time I went there, it was with a whole bunch of my mates. This time it was only with one of my mates and his wife. But, yeah, the last time I went there, I ate way too much. I thought I was going to be sick. I just ate that too much. It was just... Like, I had a bit of bread, for a bit of herb bread, gluten-free herb bread, for an entree. That was nice. And then I had a full pizza, like an actual pizza, and it's a large pizza as well. Supreme. And then I had some of their chocolate mud cake, because they have gluten-free chocolate mud cake. And I was really hanging out for that. I was totally hanging out for that. Again. So this time, as I'm leaving, I'm told, don't get the pizza, because if you get the pizza, no, you're going to get the mud cake, subby, but don't get the pizza, because if you get the pizza, you're going to be overly full again. I'm like, yep, no worries, I'll get something else. I'll get like a pasta dish or one of their chicken things or something like that. I get there, I'm looking through the menu. I look up at my mate and I say, what are you getting? He says, oh, I'm going to get the chicken thing. What are you getting? I'm saying, well, I shouldn't get the pizza. Because, I've been told not to get the pizza. I should get something a little bit lighter because I'm going to have the mud cake and all that sort of stuff. But okay, later on, like a few minutes later, he says, so what are you getting? And I just look up and say, I'm getting a pizza. Just fucking pizza. I used to be able to get a decent pizza from a place called Crusts nearby. They do a full custom thing, but... Well, one time they delivered a pizza and it totally wasn't a gluten-free base, and I found out the hard way. Not the best night, because I was supposed to be running a game of Death Watch, and yeah, we just had New Year's happen, and that's worked out absolutely fine. Yeah, I was supposed to be running a game of Death Watch, and well, I couldn't because I was so sick. This guy, nope. But yeah, so fuck Crusts is what I'm trying to say there. I mean, they actually modified their little terms of things to say gluten-free is not actually for people with allergies, it's for people with lifestyle decisions. And I'm like, well, thanks for putting that in the fine print, you cunts. Like, seriously, you have gluten-free is a thing, and then you say, oh, but maybe not really, because, we can't guarantee it. It's like, well, fuck you. Just, you say it's gluten-free, it should be gluten-free, right? You don't say... oh, maybe gluten-free, or low gluten is the one. See, I don't mind if a place labels their stuff as low gluten. There's a little well, not really a restaurant, it's a steakhouse nearby. It's not the Outback Steakhouse, because, well, that's a whole other kettle of fish. But there's a place called Hog's Breath. It's kind of it's not cheap, but it's sort of cheap food, if you know what I mean. The prices are not worth what you get, or what you get is not worth the price. But if you want a steak and you don't want to deal with cooking it and you want a big steak, you go there. And, you know, stare at waitresses, because I'm a lonely, lonely man. But let's just move away from my impending loneliness and that sort of thing. On their stuff, they don't have no gluten or gluten-free options. They have low gluten. And I'll take the chance. Because all that means is they try, but they can't guarantee it. And that's fine. You do that, that's absolutely fine. I accept that in a kitchen, it's actually kind of hard to isolate like an entire workstation and be like, this is the gluten-free section, and you've got to maintain like full-on like isolation over there and all that sort of stuff. I accept that's really difficult to do and honestly kind of annoying. But if you say that your stuff is gluten-free, it fucking well better be gluten-free. And then if you put like a little note down the bottom of the menu, tiny little note, you know, we do not actually guarantee that our food is gluten-free. Go fuck yourself. You know? That's all. Just go fuck yourself. Okay. This, if we weren't auto-ending plots, this would have been an excuse for us to arrest the Duke of Yaroslavl because he's kind of involved in a bunch of factions. Unfortunately, he will give up his plot. Normally, if they have a negative opinion of you, they won't. So, it's interesting that he is. Anyway, yeah, so I had a Capricosa pizza, not the Supreme this time. That was quite nice. But I didn't get to have my mud cake because my mate's wife got sick and we had to leave before we had dessert. So sort of like, but I want my mud cake. Just, oh, fucking just want. I mean, obviously she got sick and we had to go. It's then nobody's fault and all that sort of stuff, and it's fine. But my mud cake, man, just. It was the only thing holding off his impending loneliness, is the mud cake. Oh, looks like the Duke of Alsace has declared war on the Duke of Venice for land. Okay. Gunzel asks, since we all die anyway, why be so hassled about life? Well, I suppose you're right. That's a 50% chance of chaste, 50% chance of temperate. Or, but what about the enjoyment? 50% lustful, 50% gluttonous. So chaste is bad. Temperate is good. Lustful is good. Gluttonous is bad. He's chaste. Fuck it. At least he's not my actual son. My brother-in-law Berthold has requested to join the Knights of Santiago in the struggle against the infidel. Which infidel? No, I'm gonna be serious here. Which fucking infidel, mate? No, there's no other infidels. Mervis will forever disinherit him. We can get 100 piety out of this. And he's my brother-in-law, so they've got plenty of children. Go have my blessing. And now he's celibate. That makes you celibate. And I believe that it gives you celibate not because everybody who becomes a knight became celibate. I believe that was also a thing, like one of their tenets. But being celibate is what disinherits you. And you don't lose that. Count of Carnten died. So there's a new count there, one of my kinsmen. He's married to Stettin. Eh. Oh yeah, but anyway, so didn't get my mud cake, but you know, whatever. Oh, it looks like the Pope's gotten into that war. Actually, a whole bunch of people have. Nice, I hope they actually win that. Yeah, let's have a little bit of a look around. Britannia is still being Britannia. That's good. Is Volga Bulgaria swapped over yet? I mean, not Volga Bulgaria, but Orkney. 3 years for Orkney to swap to Volga Bulgaria. Volga Bulgaria. Everything around here is still good. Yep. We do own a little bit of Arabia that we shouldn't, but, well, YOLO. And trade zones. Yeah, so Damiacha got up a little bit again. There's some more Tangier stuff. Notably, though, they haven't gotten up in this little area of stuff. I honestly don't really care too much about over here. I mean, I know I've said that a few times. The only thing we could really do is maybe set up another republic in this area, but, well, why bother? It's not really much point. You know? Oh, but yeah, it was a good night anyway. I mean, before we actually went out, I went around to my mate's place and we hung out for a few hours. Started to plan up my new computer because, well, this one's getting a bit crashy, to be honest. You may have noticed that, but this computer has fans in the front, which I'm fine with, and I understand fans in the front are actually kind of a critical part of a computer these days, particularly a gaming computer. But the filters on them, you need to take both sides completely off, unscrew 8 screws per filter to take each one out, and there are 2 filters. It's a huge amount of it. Like, it's honestly a huge amount of effort. You can't do it while the system's running, obviously. And you can't even be all like, oh, I'll just shut down the system, take the filters out, and go clean them out with the air compressor. Can't do that because, well, you got to take the damn sides off the thing. You got to full on turn it off at the wall and all that sort of shit. It's annoying. Add to that the fan on the top. It's got a exhaust fan out the top. There is no way to clean that without taking the entire case downstairs and blowing it out with the air comp. And once it gets enough dust on it, the fan is basically useless. So, fuck it, sort of thing. And, the specs are getting kind of aged, I guess. It'd be nice to have a new system. I think we're looking at a slightly taller case in this one, which is a bit of a concern for me because, well, okay, so my setup is I've got a wall in my bedroom. Yeah, just a single wall. We'll go over that. And then my desk is it's less than a meter away from the wall. I can't really measure it properly, but I'd actually say it's less than half a meter. And that's where you walk you walk past the desk to get to my bed. It's actually a fairly big room. But it's really easy for people to, knock their elbows into something that'd be tall sitting on the desk. Because the case is right up against that side of things. So, it's a concern for me. My half-sister has aged up. Well, how about the King of Persia? Done. Sorted. But yeah, I think the current case is slightly under half a meter in height. And the one we're looking at is 550 mil, so it's a bit over it. 550 or 580 was too high. I've just said straight up, 580 is way too high. But yeah, hopefully what we're looking at is fine. We didn't get through all the planning, of course. I think we worked out case, motherboard, processor, video card, hard drives. But we still need to work out RAM, but RAM is fucking easy, and I got to admit that only other thing that I'm thinking of that I could have is the power supply. And, well, the power supply is something you fit to the computer. You don't, in my understanding of it, you don't go out and say, I want this power supply, now let's design a computer around it. You say, I've got this computer, what do I need to run it? Then you just do that. Sort it. Oh, we're slowly getting more military tech. It'll be another 100 months or so before we can actually invest in siege equipment. I wish our dude would get us more 50 tech points. My cousin is of legal age. He's a skilled tactician. Can we get him married to anyone? My half-sister, she's almost aged up. Well, let's find some 16-year-olds for him. Some ones with good genetic traits, perhaps. Or maybe one patrilineally descended from the Prophet Muhammad. We still have those around. The Abbasids, actually? Wow. We converted the Abbasids to Catholic Germans. That's interesting. Ah, here we go. Oh, you know. She'll actually come to my court. Invite her. We're not going to marry him to her. I've actually lost him. But yeah, we'll have her, thank you. Good lad, lady, whatever. Mark her as important. She's exceptional. She does have 10 stewardship, which is a bit of a negative for her, and that's why I won't be replacing my wife with her. But we could, you know, get rid of this one. Oh, right. Okay. Well, we'll keep that one around. We'll keep her around, we'll keep her monitored. Is there anybody in my court who I really should marry her to? Or a betrothal, perhaps? Is Baldwin my son? Yeah, he totally is. Which son? Yeah, Egbert is already married, and he's chaste anyway. Right. Baldwin is almost ready to go, so let's betroth her to Baldwin. Could do it to Matthias because he's strong, but Matthias is also only 11, whereas Baldwin will be of age in 2 years. Done. First of January, we have avoided any sort of crash, even though I clicked. And we could actually stop monitoring now. We've done what we needed to with her. When Baldwin ages up, it'll be all like, okay, you know, there we go. So the Duke of Alsace is winning that war, probably because the Duke of Venice is unable to get this huge ass army off his land. That's fine. Oh, what was I even talking about? Mudcake? I think I was talking about Mudcake at some point. Yeah, but now I've just completely lost that particular train of thought. Ah, well. Not a problem. Man, Mudcake. It was really good too. I'm starting to think that Katharina may fancy me. Yeah. Make a move. Boom, chicka bow wow. Gave her a good tumble. Good to be Kaiser. Okay, we've got a peasant revolt down here. This army. Actually, we'll use levies. Yeah, we'll just use some levies. Okay, this guy believes that somebody should serve him directly. Yep, Oldenburg, impress him with vague promises. Transfer. Oldenburg. Done. This guy's also raising up an army, because it's a revolt on his land as well. I would wait for me though, bro. Okay, that's good. Let's give him some commanders. I think we should have been having feasts. We haven't been having feasts, have we? Whoop, there's a guy up here. This guy. And why not this guy? Alright, off we go. So let's smash these guys and then... Oh, Theodoric saved me from a huge bear! My hero! And in case you weren't aware, bear is a term in the gay community. Alright, so let's see. Yep, nice, we captured some dude. Great. We'll continue marching around and just beating up guys. No reason not to. My son Matthias hardly eats anything because he fears turning fat, so that's the temperate trait. It's good. We'll give him +1 stewardship out of this, or we could make him gluttonous, so +1 stewardship. Why not? Nope. And back to our Magnuk. A foreign court can teach a child all kinds of important lessons to a child. Okay, everything from respecting to understanding and even adapting to other people's traditions and cultures. My ward has learnt several important lessons of life in my court, as foreign as it may be from his father's court. So Gunzel here has a 20% chance of gaining... Well, he's going to gain 1 attribute. And... Yes, okay, so +1 to 1 attribute. It was learning. Great. Foreign court, though? He's like my nephew. It's barely a foreign court. Plus opinion in Zaragoza, finally. Alright, rebellion is over. Very good. Lost a bunch of claims when someone died. It's alright. Factions 14.1 in Theodoric for the Holy Roman Empire. Just give the Duke of Champagne some money, see if he'll fuck off and take some people with him. And we're going to be waiting for the hunt, which is September. Alright. So yeah, things are coming along nicely. Still. The Duchess below 0 was murdered by the Duke of Rostov. Okay. So this guy is no longer there, so he was being educated for... He's being educated for this stuff, so we'll just give him to the Kaiserin. Yeah. Stewardship it is. Plus opinion with the Pope. So the Pope loves us, that's good. Everybody is paying us the money. Yeah, I think that guy left that faction, but, you know, he didn't take anyone with him. Irritating, but you know, whatever. How is that war going? Yeah, it's still alright. I don't think he's really taken any land. But the key thing is that the Venetian he doesn't seem to be able to get his boats off. Right, it's September, let's have a hunt. I will find that white stag. +5 prestige. This one is bitching about stuff. I'll be merciful. You know what? I'll even ransom her back. Great. My half-sister is of legal age. She's a brilliant strategist. She even has the siege leader trait. So let's marry her to the King of Wales. Sorted. So how's that hunt going then, guys? This guy believes that Orleans should serve him directly. Impress him with vague provinces. Orleans is not Paris, it's this one down here, so sure, fucking whatever, buddy. I don't like that you're Frankish, but I really can't be bothered changing things. Mainly because it's not going to matter at this stage. We should have changed it earlier. Up 5 prestige. We should have changed it earlier. We didn't. That's my bad. But it shouldn't be too much of a concern for us. It's going to cost us points in Europa, and that's about it. And not immediately. Okay, looks like I've inherited the Duchy of Dauphin and associated stuff from this guy because he died of stress before he could nail his wife decently enough. His wife is also depressed. I'm not too surprised. Okay, so we're going to find a gentleman named Jacob. Or Jacob. Jacob? I don't know. What the fuck was that? I know that's actually the guy's name, but really? He's one of my peasant leaders. He's Bengali as well, so we're not going to do anything with him. So let's find Jacob. Jacob von Distra. Congratulations, my friend. You are now the Duke of Dauphin and all associated titles. And you're going to be married to Winfrieda. Done. And we're going to get rid of this retinue here because we don't need it. Okay, continuing on. Grand Hunt is over. Yeah, nothing really happened, did it? Can we have a feast? Is it time for a feast? It is totally time for a feast. Excellent. Yes, of course you agree with that. So who doesn't like me? Most of the mayors. I'm not paying money for the mayors. Mayors are just annoying. Why don't you like me? I betrayed you for money. And you want control of a particular barony. Let's give you control of that barony. And then, yep, beautiful. How did I betray you for money? I don't even know who you are. But you know what, that may have something to do with why she doesn't like me. Duchess of Upland wants control of the county of Alland. You can have that. Duke of Yaroslavl. No, he's just a dick. Duke of Damiacha. Ah, okay, so he's got 2 Desires Kingdom things. We'll have to deal with that at some point. Duke of Calabria, just a dick. Duke of Galatia. dick. Aragon wants control of 3 different kingdoms. That's an issue. But, well, whatever. Duke of Smolensk is just a dick. Okay, so Duke of Damietta, because he holds Saxony and Dalmatia, he wants control of Croatia and Pomerania. And I believe he's got land all over the damn place. That's just annoying. We can fix that up. We'll probably... Oh, you know what? We can fix that up this episode? Yes. Okay. So, Saxony and Damietta. Oh, sorry, Dalmatia. Dalmatia is just down here. That will actually be the easy one to get rid of. So, Dalmatia. Now, we're not going to put an immediate claim in on the duchy of that place, because this is what happened last time and it fucked us. So we put a claim in on Zadar, and we'll take Zadar off him. This is going to piss him off, of course. And then we put a claim in on Dalmatia itself. Come on. Okay, so he's accepted the revocation, that's fine. Pope. Thank you, short and miserable. Yep, repair it. Patronage. Who's going to go and get the boar? I'll send out my marshal. Yeah, and he didn't take any issues with it. Okay, so that's good, and I also need to just revoke the Duchy of Dalmatia. Spend lavishly on food, of course. Invite sent. People getting shitty. Yep, whatever. Okay, he's accepted the revocation of that place. This guy is going to get it. Where are we? Duchy of Dalmatia, thank you very much. Enjoy it. Apparently that's lost as our marshal. Oh no, it lost as our marshal of Dalmatia. I keep on saying Dalmatia, that's the place down in fucking... whatever it is. Egypt. So now this guy is no longer the Duke of multiple places. He does not like us at all. And you know what? It's kind of fair enough. One way to alleviate this massive amount of dislike would be to excommunicate him and then imprison him. Not doing that. Now, the other one was down here in Aragon. We're not going to deal with it this episode because we're actually about to end the episode. But the Duke of Aragon owns 3 different duchies. He owns Portugal, up there. He owns Granada, down here. And he also owns Aragon itself. But he also only owns Zaragoza and Porto. Porto is up in Portugal, so we could quite easily take Granada off him. And Portugal as well. And we'll handle that next episode. I'll even write myself a little reminder right now, because otherwise I will forget. I'm not recording next episode immediately after this. The cricket's going to be on, so I'm going to watch that. So let's see. My note. Remember to deal with the Duke of Aragon, Portugal, and what was the last one? Granada. Okay. That note has been noted, and that will help me remember it. But in the meantime, it's the end of the episode. So if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them below. I'll get to them as soon as possible. If you liked the video, please give it a like. And if you liked it so much that you would enjoy seeing more, subscribe button is just down there. In the meantime, though, I have been Sub. You have been yourselves. Later.